The Arab people here do hate me. They hate Jews. They hate the establishment of a Jewish state here.
Because they think this land is theirs, don't
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's definitely a war over land, among other things. It's also a war between Islam and Judaism, but it's a war over the land. Here, as well as for Tel Aviv, or for Jaffa, or for Jerusalem, I think the Arabs also claim those areas as well. But one has to take into account, I think, your Bible. Christians as well as Jews can go read the Bible and find out who God promised the land to. Is clearly the Jews and the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we are those descendants.
Yes.
The Arabs are not.
There are Palestinian Arabs who are becoming more and more religious. They're turning to God rather than the PLO. I'm thinking about Hamas in particular.
Yeah.
And you're a religious Jew. What do you feel about this? Aren't you a bit worried about it?
I don't recognize their Quran as being a valid document as in terms of understanding God. We have our Torah, which we believe is divine truth, that was revealed to us at Sinai, and this is what we go by.
Do you feel this is Israel here?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because this is part of the land that God gave to Israel. Samson was here, and there's a myth that Jonah was thrown up here by the whale in Khan Yunis. That's a neighboring Arab town. I feel a lot of history was here.
But is that sufficient to say that this is the state of Israel?
Yes. For me, it's insufficient.
But what about the thousands and thousands of Arabs who say this is our land, we've lived here for several generations? Why do you merely argue, okay, well, in the Bible, but that's thousands of years ago?
The whole reason why the state of Israel was given to the Jewish people in 1948 was because of our biblical claim. It had nothing to do with how many years anyone had lived anywhere. The only claim that the Jews have on this land, that the Israeli people have, is the Bible. And if we don't believe the Bible and the board, then we really have nothing to back our claim.